What's up, my beautiful peeps? Welcome back to Liz Talks Vibes, or welcome if this is your first time tuning into the podcast. How are you guys? I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen, watch the podcast. However you guys are intaking the vibes. I love you guys. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Check in with yourselves, my peeps. I just love starting the podcast by a little reminder to really check in with yourselves and see how you're doing. Say a positive affirmation. And are you saying your positive affirmations? It's really important. Check out the past episode where I'm talking about the power of positive daily affirmations. Anywho, we're just here with the good vibes. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to check out my bracelets on my Etsy shop. I leave the link down below. It's all good vibes. Crystals. I love crystals. It's not the only thing that'll help you, but it really helps you connect with yourself and just, they really help transmute negative energy to like positive energy, That's why then it's like you have to clean it. Oh, I'm not gonna get hella into that, but that's not for today's topic. People just have different opinions on crystals. Like, crystals are like in your phone and they're good. Like, okay, let's just not get into it. That's not today's topic. Today's topic is we're talking about insecurities, my peeps. Talking about insecurities because I feel okay, so I'm going to talk about one specific insecurity in this episode. I was editing one of my podcast episodes. I don't know which one it was. And one of my main insecurities why I held off specifically doing a podcast was, well, I don't really like to call it an insecurity because now it's like a whatever about it. It was before, was my communication skills. I'm not the greatest communicator. I try my best, especially I feel like now in school, I hated doing presentations. Like, I would just get so anxious, you guys. Like, I would start sweating. I just get so nervous because I would think, what are others going to say about me? What if I get, what if I mess up or something? Or, like, what if my topic ain't right or isn't interesting or anything like that? Because, dude, in school, nobody really paid attention in presentations. It was just, like, forced kids. I know sometimes I wouldn't, or even if I would, I wouldn't ever judge people, because I wouldn't want nobody to judge me or anything like that. So I hated presentations, but honestly, I was like, I have to do it either way. Like, there's no way for me not to do it. Like, I need a grade in this, So I would just try to calm myself down and, talk to myself and say, like, it's good. Like, we have to do it. Like, I would always say we have to do it. Like, there's no way we can't do it. And at the end of the day, it would go good, to be honest. It would go really good. And I'd be like, see, why do I get nervous? But again, I would always get nervous. So that was like the only time when like I would do public speaking or whatever. I've never really done public speaking like that, or like, doing videos. I wouldn't do them before, but I just always thought I wasn't the best communicator because I don't know. I thought I didn't sound smart. I didn't know like all these big words. I cuss, use slang. And I thought, like, I didn't sound smart, like I thought if people were going to speak or do a podcast or something like that, like they have to speak nicely, with this voice. Another thing was my voice. My voice I don't know. But I'm like, dude, nowadays, like, who the fuck cares? Like, everybody speaks their mind however they want. That's literally what makes everybody unique. Gary Vee is like, I think he's one of the best speakers. He stays fucking cussing, he says like he's not gonna stop fucking cussing because that's him, like that's how he is, and so that was one of the things. Especially, I don't know, I feel like honestly, after drinking a lot and doing drugs, that kind of made, I don't know. I think it was that. I don't know. Maybe it's just I honestly don't know, but I feel like I mean, everybody kind of stutters. Honestly, I don't tend to stutter a lot or something, but sometimes I catch myself like, like when I say, "Oh, I can't even talk right now." I don't know. I just, when I was editing the video, there was a part like that, and I'm like, dude, like, it made me think about my speaking skills and just how I used to have that insecurity and stuff like that. And that's where I was like, yo, like, it just made me think about all this stuff. And that was one of my biggest insecurities of why I held off of doing a podcast. But, now I could care less, and when I started the podcast, I just didn't give a shit anymore. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to do it. And it's still practice, you guys. And that's what it is with things. Like, you just have to practice. And nobody's perfect, Nobody is perfect. Nobody gets it right the first time. And that was my thing. Like, at first, with my first episode, I literally filmed it. I think, like, I was trying to film it. And I'd be like, oh, no, wait, I fucked up. And I do it again. I think it was like a couple times, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just fucking do it. Like, that's why there's editing. If anything, I could just edit it out. No fucking big deal. But, that I just, it was funny. And I think about it like that now, like, insecurities, you guys. Insecurities shouldn't stop you from doing whatever you want. Like, if I still had that insecurity and I gave a shit about what people thought, or like, what are people gonna say, I wouldn't have made this podcast. I wouldn't have been inspiring you guys and sharing the good vibes. So don't let insecurities stop you. You have insecurities because you think you're supposed to be perfect. Like, what the fuck is perfect? There's no perfect. If with your image you feel like you have to be this perfect way and have to look, like this certain way in order to be beautiful and perfect. Like, no. If everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody is beautiful in their own unique way. That's literally what makes you beautiful, because you're unique, because you're yourself, because you love yourself. That's beauty. And if we were all perfect, we would all be in this same category. And that would be boring. That wouldn't be interesting. Everybody would be the same. Like, you guys all want to look the same? No, I don't want to look the same as nobody else. I'm happy to be me and be my own unique self and just keep learning and growing, and keep learning, like, about me and seeing where I need to improve. What can I do? And it's great that I'm not saying, like, that insecurity, like, kind of helped in a little way. It's how you see it, like, it's not about calling it an insecurity, but I knew I had some issues with my speaking skills, communication skills, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I need to practice. When I used to do the presentations for school, I would practice. I would practice in front of a mirror. I would practice in front of somebody. That way, I would just practice, and see what I need to work on. Do I get nervous, and stuff like that. So, it's practice. I don't practice, like, do a whole ass thing before my podcast, because I kind of like just, which I thought about. I did think about before. But I'm like, no, because then that's not interesting. Like, I want to do it raw and just me in front of the camera in the first shot. You know what I'm saying? And there's still things that I need to work on. That's why when I'm editing, I'm not just like editing the video. But like I said, I inspire myself through every episode. I'm like, damn, like, I really speak that. And it's just a reminder to myself about things, and I see what I can improve on In the beginning, I used to say, you know what I'm saying? A lot, like literally after every sentence, after everything I would say. I know I still say it here and there, but not as much as I did in the beginning, because that was something I really tried to work on by, remembering and just saying like, okay, saying something else, or just jumping into the next topic, or like finding a little transition word or a transition topic or something like that. I do say like a lot. I've been working on that for a cool minute, because I know I say like a lot. I do sometimes, or like but, it's just, I know there's things I still need to work on. I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect. We fuck up here and there, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it you. And that's the thing with insecurities, my peeps. Don't let it stop you. Like I said, that's because you're comparing yourself to other people, and that's why you think you have an insecurity, or you feel like it. But don't think about it as an insecurity. If there's something, don't hate or dislike something about yourself because you're comparing yourself to other people or anything like that, because you think or you feel like you have to be this certain way or look this certain way so you can love yourself. No, love yourself for who you are, how you look. Love everything about yourself. There might be things you don't like about yourself, which you could then work on, because you feel like you need to work on it, because it comes out of you, out of your heart, out of your true feeling, not because you're comparing yourself to other people or anything like that. And because we tend to think about our appearances from the outside. Like, oh, we hear people complaining about their hair, their nails, their skin, their, just outside appearances, their weight, I don't know, whatever. I used to be like very insecure about my nails, and I used to get my nails done all the fucking time. If I broke a nail, I had to go get it done ASAP. And look at me now. Like, I have my own natural nails. They're my nails, and I haven't even painted them in a while. I haven't used nail polish or anything like that, because I had nails on for so long that I'm so in love with my natural nails now. Like, I don't want to cover them at all. I might use clear top coat, which I haven't either. And I just admire them, and I'm really loving them. And dude, I had nails on for hella fucking long. But we see people, I see like me, I was insecure about my nails, complaining about their appearances from the outside. And when Hunty, we need to be worried about how we are inside. How are we doing mentally? How do we truly feel about ourselves? What are our thoughts like? Our feelings like? You know what I'm saying? That's the shit we need to focus on. Not how the fuck we look on the outside. That's the least thing that matters. It's all about the inside. Like, even with your hair and your skin, what you eat has a big part of that. It's not just doing your skincare, putting a little hair mask and stuff like that. No, it's really what the fuck you eat. And what the fuck you eat is literally has a big thing to do with it. Your health is your wealth. Okay? So what you eat has a big thing to do with how you feel. Literally, with your mental health. Like, if you're just eating junk, you're going to feel like junk. And you're going to look like junk. You are what you eat. If you're eating healthy foods, your fruits, your vegetables, you're going to be glowing from within, and it's going to shine outwards. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, like, I like my makeup, I like doing my makeup here and there, but I'm not wearing it all the fucking time. Fuck no. I love my glowing and natural skin. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like that. I was like, if I'm gonna post a selfie, I have to have my makeup on. I'd be posting pictures looking like shit. I'd be showing my natural skin because I'm in love with it, and it's just like, like inspiring you guys to do the same. You guys, I don't use any filters. any filters ever. Honestly, because they just, I don't know, they don't look good on me. But I think about it like that because I see it as that's not really me. Like, that is not how I look like. And, you know, I ain't trying to look like that. Like, I love how I look and I don't want to hide that. You know, like, it's just with filters, it's something else, to be honest. Like, I feel like that even makes your insecurity or more insecure, you know, about your looks and about your skin, because you just expect yourself to look that way. And it's like, no, like, nobody has smooth skin with no type of texture. Everybody has pores. And we might have texture here and there. We get I don't get acne. I might get a pimple here and there, barely, but you know, it's not like with no fucking pores. We have pores, you know. And makeup too. A lot of girls feel like makeup gives you that flawless look as well. Like, no, hunty, my pictures look flawless because I actually take care of my skin. Everybody's skin is different, you know. Your skin is different than my skin, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a little thing. And there literally is no perfect, my peeps. Like, there's just no fucking perfect. And if there was, it would all be boring. We would all be the same. Like, what the fuck? We gotta let go of those insecurities, to be honest. If you have insecurities, you have to let them go, and you can't let them stop you from doing what you truly want. If I let that insecurity of my communication skills, you know, speaking skills or whatever, keep, like, you know, if I kept thinking about the, like, oh, what are people going to say, you know, and you have insecurities because you're not secure about yourself. You know, you keep thinking too about what are others going to say? What are others going to think about me? Dude, 2023, no fucks given, dude. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, honestly, why are you still caring about what other people have to say and what other people think? Their opinions don't fucking matter. You do you. They're not helping you in any way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people are going to fucking hate. Obviously, like, there's just fucking haters in the world. Sadly, there's haters. Like, but don't let that affect you in any way. You know, it's just true. You're going to get some hate, but don't pay attention to that and do not interact with that, because then that's you feeding onto that negative energy. Don't reciprocate the energy. Don't, you know, fucking, like, try to make a statement. Like, you know, just let them go. I honestly feel bad for them. And I show compassion and love, because that's literally what they need. They need love. They're saying something negative and just being negative because they're in a negative space. I wish them love. I wish them the best. I wish them healing. You know, I'm just in a positive state right now where I just don't need no negativity around me at all. And I'm not going to interact with it. I know there's going to be haters. You just have to accept that fact, because there's negative people. You know what I'm saying? But still, don't fucking let that affect you. Like, fuck what other people have to say. You know? They're not helping you in any way. They're not helping you with your dreams, with your goals at all. Like, you're doing your thing. You have to just stay focused on you. You have to know who the fuck you are and just remain grounded. Don't let a little fucking negative comment, a little hate comment, an opinion stop you or let you feel some type of way about yourself. No, that's then you giving them power over you, because you're allowing them to make you feel some type of way and make you think some certain way about yourself or stuff like that, or making you feel insecure. Do not give them that power. Fuck no. Remain grounded and let it be, hunty. Honestly, you just have to fucking let it be. You have to remain positive and keep, with those positive affirmations, say, I am positive. I ain't interacting with any negativity, hunty. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused in your lane. Like, honestly, I got a little bit off track, but what was it? I was talking about my insecurity, not about my speaking insecurity. Well, I didn't get off track. That's all kind of related to the topic. But what was I talking about? Like, about my communication skills or whatever, insecurity. Because, like, I just, one day, like, I'm manifesting it. Okay, I'm manifesting it. One day, I want to, like, it's different. I'm speaking right now in front of a camera. Like, I am aware that there's a lot of you watching me, not right here live, but in the video, and it's still like when I am editing, I still have the power of what I want to show, or like if I'm like, I don't know how this sounds or whatever and stuff like that. And it's different live. And one day I do want to talk to a live crowd, and it's going to be totally different. Might be a little bit, like I'm more excited now than like nervous or anything. Like, it's going to happen one day. Even if it, like, at schools and stuff like that, because I've always wanted to help young kids. Because, just as a kid, I went through a lot, and it's like, it's really hard for those that don't have nobody there. And where they're just really on their own, and they're confused, they're lost, and they don't have no guidance, and it's tough, and I want to be able to just inspire you and, like, help you out, by telling you it's good, like, be there for yourself and love yourself, like, all about that kind of stuff, self-love, self-care, and all that good stuff, because nobody tells you that at a young age. Like, that's what the fuck schools are shit now. That's what schools need to fucking literally teach you about real life stuff. Yeah, some fam might be there to help you, but most of the time it's fucking BS as well. And just to not depend nothing from nobody, not even your family, like, yeah, you might be alone, you might feel lonely, but don't feel lonely. Like, just because you're alone doesn't mean, you're never alone. You can be alone but not feel lonely. Being alone, that it's the best company, to be honest. And I remember when I've always wanted to help kids, and when I was in high school, I was really into criminal justice, and I wanted to help out kids. And I said, well, let me be a PO, I shadowed one literally the first day. I was like, POs are fucking shit. They don't do nothing. They really don't help at all. And I was like, fuck this. And it's because then, like, I just, after that, I was like, the government's fucking shit. It's full of shit. It's literally, like, it's just full of shit, to be honest. And because, yeah, I was like, yeah, no, this, whatever. Whatever. So that's when I went into business, and I was like, well, like, this and that. But I was always interested in business, but it wasn't like my purpose. It wasn't my calling, And I got my bachelor's degree and all that stuff, which it still interests me. Like, I would love to have my own company one day. We'll see where that goes with the whole business. And everything is business, but like, literally, to focus in, like, that wasn't my thing. It wasn't my purpose. Like, shit. My thing was, like, my goal was, like, I'm gonna work for, like, I'm gonna be like the chief marketing officer, like, you know what I'm saying? But it really wasn't my thing. It wasn't what was lighting my soul up, And, I got into social media and all that good stuff, and I was really into, but honestly, really, like, the podcast, this is really what inspiring people, really inspiring, because I inspire myself, and I know I can inspire others. And I'm kind of back on that track, you know, of like not only trying to help young people, but like everybody in general, all peeps, all types of ages, you know, and that's like my purpose, you know, like this is my area. You know what I'm saying? So where the fuck was I talking? I feel like I keep going like back and forth, back and forth. But yeah. So, but I feel like, see, my insecurity just kept stopping me from that. And also thinking I wasn't creative enough and stuff like that. That was I had a lot of insecurities before, and that's what prevented me from starting social media at an earlier age. People would tell me, and I thought about it in high school. I really wanted to, but I was like, I'm not pretty enough. What are people going to think? What are they going to say? Like, I feel like I need to look a certain way. My makeup skills need to be A1. But no, you know, like, you grow. You have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You start off from zero and just build your way up. So that's why you can't be letting these insecurities stop you from doing anything, my peeps, you know. And I don't regret it. I'm not like, oh, only if I started earlier, this is not. No, I started at the right time, at the time I was supposed to, you know, like I'm in my zone. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens at its time. But yeah, you know, that's why I'm like, shit, like I would love to speak at schools or like, you know, any public event, you know, like I'm not saying I want to be like a speaker or whatever. I mean, who knows, whatever. But one day I will speak to a live audience and it's going to be great. And I know it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to go perfect. I might fuck up or whatever. But it's going to be a great experience, you know, and shit, it might happen a couple times, you know, that's where you learn from it and all that good stuff. And this is all practice, you know, and still, like I said, I'm not perfect with the podcast. I have mistakes. I do mistakes, you know, but it's all practice. And when I'm editing, you know, that's when I'm evaluating myself. I'm not being hard on myself, you know, because it's like I'm still me. I'm not going to stop cussing. I tried to. But I'm like, dude, it's me. That's what makes me me. If people don't like to hear me cuss, then fuck off. Like, go somewhere else, you know, like I'm going to use slang, like that's just me, you know, but that's what makes everybody them, you know, that's what makes Let's Talks vibes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so don't let don't have insecurities, my peeps. Like, stop comparing yourself to other people. And if you do have a little insecurity or something, you know, just work on it. Like, don't be there all bummed out about it and just keep saying like, oh, this and that. Like, work on it, take action. Like, what are you doing to improve it? Like, you know, like you need to love yourself either way, and love yourself, take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying, with anything that it is. So I just, you know, it's a little, it's just an everyday practice as well, you know. Sometimes I mean, I don't give a shit, but I'm like, I have to remind myself, this is me, these are my vibes, this is how I speak, you know, this is how I talk, and I'm just speaking my truth, you know. And I'm still growing, my peeps, and I'm still learning. Like, there's a long way to go, and I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I really love you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to my podcast, watch it, whatever it is, my peeps. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys are speaking good vibes to yourself. Okay, speak good vibes to yourself. Do not forget to speak good vibes to others. Love yourself just the way you are. You are beautiful. You are unique. That's what makes you you. That's what makes you beautiful. All right, my peeps. Peace.